Yeah, when I'm more Gaza king in a trap zone. Dancehall queen, step forward. DJ drop that bass. DJ drop that bass. Gaza king I control the throne. When the 808 knock, feel it in your bone. Dancehall queen, yeah, you own my zone. When I touch the mic, the place explode. Gaza king I control the throne.
When the 808 knock, feel it in your bone.
Dancehall queen, yeah, I own my son. When I touch the mic, the place explode. King and queen when we link up higher. Afro trap fire every day.
Stepping black with the chain on freeze. Dark shades and trap energy, yeah.
When the bass slide deep like breeze. Whole crowd lock when I say freeze. Money tall but the vibes stay raw. From the block to the dancehall floor. When she wine low, I want more. 808, hit like war. Calm but dangerous, voice so cold. Street certified, heart so cold. Every move she do control. Afro trap story unfold.
When I step out, silence drop. Heels on fire, I don't stop. Waistline roll when the bassline up. Queen energy at the top. Independent, I run my game. Spice up the mic when I flame. No copycat, no same. When I touch stage, remember the name. Back it up slow, then speed that. Turn around, make the street clap. It always slide when I lean back. Whole club bounce to the impulse.
Hold up,
Chef low,
let the bassline grow.
now let it go.
Hold up, hold up,
Chef
hold up.
low,
Let the bassline grow.
now let it go.
Gaza king in the trap so strong.
Dancehall queen all night long.
But we link up, nothing wrong.
Afro trap anthem sing along.
King and queen, street official baseline heavy too critical. From Kingston vibes to international. Tonight we unstoppable.
Slow grind, moonlight. Heartbeat sync with the spotlight. Low tone, bassline. Afro trap make the club ignite.
Gaza king I control the throne. Dancehall queen, yeah we on the zone. They don't wake up till the morning come. Afro trap anthem #1. Gaza king I control the throne. When the anchor wait knock, feel it in your bone. Dancehall queen, yeah you own my zone. When I touch the mic, the place explode.
But that thing I control
The throne.
when the 808 knock, feel it in your bone.
Dancehall queen, yeah I own my zone. When I touch the mic, the place